Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a collab with the lovely Leanne from Glitter and Sparkle by Leanne, and that picture I showed you there is the set of hers that I chose to recreate. So I will leave all her social media links in the description box below, as well as the link to her YouTube. So do head on over to that to check out the video she has done recreating a set of my nails. Okay, so on to the design. I'm working on the Glamerliz practice hand, which is freakishly realistic. This is my first set on this hand and I absolutely love it. So I've pushed in the nail bed tips and then I've applied some pre-pinched square tips, and then I'm just coming in and applying a thin base of clear acrylic, and then I'm going to come in and do my design. Now I picked this blue set as it was such a pretty set and I'm absolutely loving the blues that are around at the moment. So I've been wanting to do a blue set for a while. So when me and Leanne were talking about doing a collab, I was torn between this one and one of her bright sets, but I went with the blue as, yeah, I'm absolutely loving the blues. So I'm coming in and creating that pointed extended nail bed. And I've just placed that bead down. I'm patting it out with my brush into shape and making sure to blend out the back of it. Just making sure to get those wings as neat as possible. However, it doesn't matter too much if it isn't perfect, as I will be coming in and filing it anyway. I'm just getting as much of the work done with my brush as possible so it does save less filing. And then I'm going to come in with my cuticle bead. So as you see, I point the finger downwards, push up towards the cuticle, and then feather the bead down over the previous acrylic. And then just neaten up again with my brush. And now, because these nails were on the medium length, I did decide to come in with another bead of acrylic just to build up that apex ever so slightly. So I'm just placing that bead on, nudging out the back of it and then blending it down over the entire nail, or the entire extended nail bed, I suppose I should say, and then just cleaning up the sides. Now I did this first so that this can set whilst I'm doing the other nails, and then I'll be able to file it crisp before finishing it off. So onto the little finger, and it's a full now of this beautiful blue, which is Azure from Glitterama. So as always, any products I use will be linked in the description box below. And I'm just doing a full now of this colour and building it up so it's all nice and even. I'm not applying it too thickly, as I do like to cap my coloured acrylics in clear. However, these are strength powders, so if you didn't want to cap them, you don't have to. It's just my personal preference. So I'm just applying that until I'm happy with the coverage. And then I will leave that to set, and I do all my capping at the end in this set. Sometimes I do it as I go, and sometimes I do it at the end. It's just how I'm feeling on the day. So on to the middle finger, I'm doing a full now of that blue again, except for this time I'm not worrying too much about building up the perfect coverage, as I am going to be doing a glitter fade. So, you know, it doesn't matter too much if the coverage isn't perfect, especially at the cuticle area, as that is where I'm going to be fading the glitter down from anyway. So I'm just applying my acrylic, smoothing it all out so it's all nice and even. And then I'm going to come in with this beautiful glitter and picking it up with a small bead of clear acrylic, as it is a raw glitter, and then I'm just placing it at that cuticle area, nudging it off of my brush and just nudging it around on the nail and gently pulling it down to create that glitter fade. So I don't want to create too much bulk, so I am making sure that the bead of acrylic I picked up is super small, and then I'm just making sure to get that as neat as possible around that cuticle area. And then I'm just working on fading it down in the nail. Here I come in with another bead of clear acrylic and glitter, just until I'm happy with the coverage and the fade basically. Once I've sort of got that base layer of glitter down, I do come in and just pat some raw glitter over the top, as this was quite an iridescent glitter. So I basically wanted to build up the coverage a little bit until I was happy with it. But again, I'm keeping everything as thin as possible, as I don't want to add any bulk because the nail will have to be capped in clear acrylic. And here I'm just faffing about, smoothing that out and making sure I'm happy with how it fades down the nail. Okay, so then on to the index finger. It's going to be a marble, so I'm coming in at the cuticle area with a bead of powder blue from Glitterama, and I've just placed that on and blended it down the nail so that the cuticle area is nice and neat. And then I'm coming in with wet beads of the Azure, the powder blue and baby blue, which are all from Glitterama as mentioned, and I'm just placing those wet beads onto the nail and then swooshing through them with the tip of my brush to create that marble effect. And I basically just keep doing this until the entire nail is covered and I'm happy with the marble. So as you can see, I am working quite wet so that I can pull through the colours. And I'm just going to faff about with it until I'm happy with the way it looks. So here I just wasn't fully happy with how the darker blue had overtaken towards the tip, so I just come in to fix that up a little bit. And the same at the cuticle area, I think the marble didn't flow as well as I wanted it to, so I just come in with some smaller beads to try and fix that. And then once I've finished applying all of my coloured acrylic, I then come in with that same glitter and a teeny tiny amount of clear acrylic and just swoosh some glitter through the marble. So I just picked up a really small bead of acrylic and I'm just swooshing that glitter through, as you can see. Just because, you know, you can't have a marble without any glitter, can you? And then once I'm finished that, I did cap all of the nails in clear acrylic, but unfortunately I did do that off camera as I forgot to hit record, and anyway this video did turn out to be quite long. So yeah, I didn't show capping or filing, it's mainly just the design work. So once I'd capped all of those nails, I just come in with my nail file and filed the extended nail bed, just to basically make sure that the side walls of that extended nail bed were nice and even, and just to make sure that I was happy with the shape and that it was nice and crisp. So here I'm just coming in, I try and hold my file as flat against it as I possibly can and just get that as crisp as possible, dusting off any dust as I go so I can see if I'm happy with it or if one side needs a little bit more filing, etc. And then I didn't want the tip to be too pointy, so I just rounded that off ever so slightly. And then once I'm finished with this, I will finish off the tip. So now I'm going to come in with the blue, and I'm basically placing that first bead of acrylic down and pushing it up towards the extended nail bed and getting it right up close, getting right down into those wings. It doesn't matter if you go over your smile line, as you will file it in all nice and crisp at the end anyway. So my main focus is to get into those, right into down into the side walls, and then just building up the colour. And then I'm just trying to create the line down the middle. And I wanted to get this as neat as possible with my brush, as I knew I wouldn't be able to file it basically. So I'm just doing all the work I could with my brush, just really pushing it to get it as neat and as crisp as I can. And then I come in and just build up the colour until I'm happy with that. I'm not going to be capping the blue, so I just built it up to the thickness that was required. Then just making sure to keep that line as neat as I possibly can. And then once that's done, I did leave this to set before coming in with the glitter on the other side. You want to wait until your colours set, otherwise you might smoosh it together basically. So here I'm just making sure again that is all nice and neat before I go away and leave it to set. So once that has set, I'm picking up my bead of clear acrylic and basically doing the same with the glitter as I did with the blue, making sure it's pushed right up against the blue, right up against the extended nail bed and down into those side walls and wings so that there isn't no gaps. This is a multi-cut glitter, so it does have some finer pieces in there. So I was just taking my time, nudging that around until I'm happy with its coverage and making sure that all those areas are covered, like down into the wings. And then I'm just patting that out because it's glitter, obviously it does need to be capped, so I'm just making sure that all those pieces of glitter are laying nice and flat, and then I come in and cap with my clear acrylic. Again, it doesn't matter if this overlaps because you will file it in all nice and crisp. I'm just making sure here that it is encapsulated all the way down, as you don't want to file into any of that glitter and ruin the work that you've created. So once all the acrylic was applied, I did leave all of the nails to set and then went and filed them. So I did all my filing with my hand file, and I basically go up one side of the side wall, around the cuticle and apex, then down the other side wall, and then I just go over the entire surface of the nail. Then once I finish filing, I buffed them with a white buffing block and then cleaned away all of the dust, gave the hand a wash so there was no annoying pieces of dust sticking to the hand, and then I'm coming in and top coating. So I'm going to top coat all of the nails and then pop them in my LED lamp to cure for 60 seconds. And that, guys, is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, then I would absolutely love it if you did. As I said, this video was a collab with Glitter and Sparkle by Leanne, so please do head on over to her channel and check out the video that she has done. And yeah, basically I shall see you all again soon. I've left a little clip at the end of what the nails looked like. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.